It's that time of year again where everyone starts making plans for the next year, and I'm no exception. I have been spending the past couple of weeks trying to iron out my ideas of what I want to do in 2025. But what are my plans for 2025? Hey Dragonlings, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Skye. I'm a fantasy author who typically writes paranormal romance under the name SD Hegyes, and today we're going to be talking about 2025 goals. I will not be doing a recap of 2024 goals. Suffice to say, I am pretty certain I have failed 99.9% of them. I don't even remember what half of them are, and the ones I do remember are the ones I know I did not accomplish. So let's just not think about the past and move on with the future. Keep moving forward kind of thing, if you want to use some movie quotes. And if you're interested in following along with my journey to see what I actually accomplished this year and how I go about doing so, feel free to subscribe to this channel and click the notification button. Alright, let's talk about some 2025 goals. This year for 2025, I have separated my goals into 3 categories. And then within those 3 categories are 3 goals. So total, I have 9 goals for the year. Are there more things I would like to accomplish? Of course there are. I have a running list of things that I would love to do in 2025, but they're not ones that I'm concerned with. If they happen, they happen. If they don't, they don't, and I'm okay with it either way. That being said, my 3 categories are personal, reading, and writing/publishing. Those are the 3 goals categories of goals that I want to work on this year. Under the personal, the first goal that I want to accomplish is Hegyes bookkeeping. I have been doing bookkeeping for myself for about 10 years now, off and on, and I have actually helped out other people doing some bookkeeping activities. However, I do want to start looking into turning it into a career. I am signed up to multiple Udemy courses that will earn me different certifications in bookkeeping and accounting. And then I'm also signed up for a Coursera course that will do the same thing. I will be officially certified to do bookkeeping. Hopefully by the end of March is the goal, to finish up all of these classes. Sooner for some of them because they're not running as long and they are definitely go at your own pace. I do have a plan in place of how and when I'm going to work on different courses, but my overarching goal for 2025 is to open up an LLC where I am doing bookkeeping on a professional basis. My second goal under this category is weight training. Back in high school, when I was still breeding and raising Shetland ponies and Shetland pony crosses, I actually took a couple of courses in weightlifting back in high school because I wanted to build up my strength more so than anything else. And my goal now is not to lose weight. I'm not really interested in losing weight. I like the weight I am, even though technically every doctor out there tells me I'm overweight. I like the weight I am. However, I do not like the amount of strength I have. I do not like the amount of stamina I have. And I would like to increase those. And I think by weight training 2 to 3 times a week, I can increase my overall strength. Once upon a time, back when we were breeding and raising ponies, I was able to throw a 50-pound bag of feed over my shoulder like there was no tomorrow, and I could do it multiple times a day. These days, I can barely lift the 25-pound bag of dog food that I have to bring in every couple of weeks to feed the doggos. It's a struggle. I don't like the struggle. I want to fix that. So my goal is to start weight training 2 to 3 times a week in order to build up my upper body strength, my leg strength with some leg exercises, and overall just get more physically fit. My third goal under the personal category is to take a 2-week trip to North Carolina in the end of October, beginning of November. Now, there is a specific reason for this trip. My sister is getting married November 1st, and I would like to be there for her wedding. So that is a specific reason we are going down there. But while we are there, we are planning on visiting family and friends and doing some activities. We are driving down there, and it is a 3 to 4 day drive, depending on how many stops we make. We will have, it won't just be me and my husband, it'll be me, my husband, our 2 kids, and at least 2 dogs. And depending how the old man is doing about then, we will have a 3rd dog. There are days that he worries us and we don't know if he's going to live through the winter. There are days where he could live another 50 years. We don't know. It's a day-to-day guesstimation on our part at this point. And I'm not really worried about it. He's lived a long time. He is 16 years old. So he may or may not be coming to North Carolina with us. We will see when we get closer to that time. It's still a year away. Not that worried about it yet. But yes, 2 weeks in October, November to go visit family and friends and stay with them and just, visit with them, because we've now been living in Montana for almost 4 years now and haven't seen our family and friends in that time because it just hasn't worked out that way. So I'm going to be doing all the things then. The second category I have is reading, and I have 3 goals under this one as well. The first of which is a reading challenge called 12 Recommendations from 12 Friends. I attempted this year. However, I will have a vlog coming out, a video coming out about the 12 Recs from 12 Friends reading challenge. But suffice it to say, I failed it in 2024. It's my own fault. I know it. I will go into more detail in that video, but I do want to attempt it again in 2025. I'm looking forward to it. So if you have any books recommendations, I will have a video coming out with like what I'm specifically looking for versus what I'm not looking for and what I don't want suggested to me. But if you have a reading recommendation based on what you've seen me talk about on this channel, feel free to drop that in the comments and I may add it to my list of books that I want to read in 2025 for this particular reading challenge. Otherwise, another reading challenge I want to do, and this is the second goal that I have for under reading, is I want to do the A to Z challenge. This is a reading challenge where you try to read a book where the title corresponds with a letter in the alphabet, and the words A, the, and, or of do not count. So I am actually in the middle of a live stream right now, and we talked about A Court of Thorns and Roses, so it would actually be a C because of court, not A. The third goal that I have under reading is a new buddy read that I want to do with Amy. We've been talking about doing this for a while, and it's because in 2024 we both got various notifications about bundle purchases of Terry Pratchett books. So we want to do a buddy read called Pratchett and Prattle, where we read a Terry Pratchett book and we talk about it. We haven't really discussed how we're going to do this, whether it's just going to be a discussion with me and her, or if we're going to record it, or if we're going to do a live stream. We haven't ironed out the details yet. We are hoping to do that soonish, but more details to come on that, and we are going to be reading Terry Pratchett books in the year of 2025. So Amy has actually read Terry Pratchett before, whereas I have not read any Terry Pratchett books. So this is going to be an experience for both of us. Me on the end that I am getting to experience Terry Pratchett for the first time ever, and her in the fact that she gets to see someone else read Terry Pratchett for the first time ever. So it's going to be fun, and I'm really looking forward to it. The third category is writing and publishing, and of course I have 3 goals under this as well. Only one of these is my main goal, and that is the fact that I want to rewrite, have it professionally edited again, and publish, preferably, Jenna's Story, which is the second book in the Shifters and Mages series. Book 1, Puck's Choice, just came out at the beginning of December, and I would really like to get the rest of the books out in the series. There are 4 books in the series. Books 1 through 3 are written. 2 and 3 have gone through with the professional editor, and I've gotten notes back about both of them from that editor. Both of them need a rewrite. Book 4 I did have a completed draft of. I no longer have a completed draft of. Somewhere in moving files around, I have lost that draft. So I have the beginning and I have the end and none of the middle. So gotta fix that as well. So got a lot of work to do to get this series out, but my goal is to have book 2 out by the end of 2025. I have a lot of work to do on it, and with that North Carolina trip in October, November, my actual preferable goal is to have everything ready but the publication portion of it by the beginning of October. So I have a lot of work. We'll see how it goes. My second goal under the writing and publishing category is to work on my newsletter story called Blood Like Stained Glass. This is a new adult paranormal romance dealing with dragons and dragon slayers. It was originally a 7-day book challenge project. However, I did not finish it during that time period. And I was originally sending a chapter a month to my newsletter subscribers. I still want to continue sending a chapter a month to newsletter subscribers. However, they have caught up to where I have written, and I am currently on chapter 9. So they have received chapters 1 through 8. If you sign up for my newsletter, you will get access to a code that allows you to read all the previous chapters so you can get caught up as well, because my goal is to write a chapter a month throughout the year of 2025, and then the following month send that chapter to newsletter subscribers. So like I'll write chapter 9 in January, send it in February, kind of thing. Will I finish the book in 2025 doing 1 chapter a month? No, I will not. It is planned to have 22 chapters and I am on chapter 9. I will not finish it by the end of the year if I only do 1 chapter a month, but I am only aiming for 1 chapter a month. If I do more than that, great, awesome. Yay me. If I don't, I'm not that worried about it. My third goal under this category is the fact that I want to work on the sultry solstices stories. This was originally, the first one was originally a short story in the Summer Solstice Seduction anthology. I have gotten my rights back on that. I have redone some work on that story and I've added a couple of chapters. And then from there, I've been writing the rest of the series that I want to publish as a bunch of rapid release short stories where I publish one every 2 weeks. That is the goal with them. Will that happen in 2025? No. My only goal for 2025 is to get them ready for publication. I would like to, every 2 months, rewrite, edit, polish, get one of the stories sent to my editor. So like January, February, I would like to work on the first one, which is Presumed Dead. This series of short stories deals with 7 sisters who each get together with a paranormal entity. So book 1 deals with a ghost. It's not actually a ghost. That is discussed a little bit in some of the chapters I've added. The fact that he is not a ghost, but he is a ghost-like entity. 2 deals with a vampire, and the sister in that one is actually a witch herself. And again, there's going to be some overarching plot dealing with that. 3 is a gargoyle. 4 is a hellhound. 5 is an orc. 6 is a fae. I always get those 2 mixed up, so I had to think about that for a second. And then the last one is dealing with a djinn. It's about each of these sisters finding love with a supernatural entity. It's been a lot of fun to write. I'm still working on them, and my goal is to get them ready for publication by the end of 2025. And if I have the money to do what I want to do, I have specific plans for the covers of things I want to accomplish with the covers, but they're not cheap. Not when I'm doing 7 of them, and I'm trying to do it so I can do a rapid release of these. But my goal is to get them as polished as possible so that I can get those goals accomplished in 2026. Hopefully. We'll see what happens. As long as I can get them polished up this year, I'm not really worried about consequent years. We'll get what we can done. And I'm not going to worry about it beyond that. So those are all the goals I would like to accomplish in 2025. If you made it this far in the video, go ahead and leave me a medal emoji to show that we're trying to aim for the gold and accomplish all of these things in 2025. And my question for you today is, what are your goals for 2025 and how are you tracking them? Are you using the same method for all of your goals, or are you tracking them in multiple different places in multiple different ways depending on what those goals are or who needs to see what everyone is doing when? That is all I have for you guys today. In my next video, you will see another December vlog for the second half of December. And until then, bye Dragonlings.